Hi, welcome to everybody. I am so glad that you are here with me today. I am Valerie Kolick. I'm a trained neuropsychotherapist and relationship and love expert. And I'm so excited about this. So use the chat. Tell me where you're from. I see a lot of people that I know, so I'm so glad to see you guys. Thank you for showing up and being here. I have put a lot of care and love into this because I truly want this to be one of the most beautiful experiences that you've had. And I'm excited to finally share the 3 powerful steps that I perfected over 2 decades to create exponential change for my clients and their relationships. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. And you are going to be blown away by what's about to happen together over the next 50 or 60 minutes or so. And I know that our time is our most valuable resource in the world. It's the one thing we can't get back. We can't get back the years that we've spent in an unhappy marriage, stumbling around, trying all the wrong things, or just hoping that it would magically get better. As we all know, of course, though, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. And that's what we're going to do today. Just making sure that everyone can get in here. All right. In this day and age, us women are told that we can have it all. We're making the money, we have demanding careers, we're taking care of the kids, lunches, schedules, all of the details. And we're also holding the emotional load for ourselves, for our partners, and we hold the weight of the world on our shoulders and everything that's going on in this world right now. And that's why it's more important now than ever that we create a relationship that is supportive and loving. In a hard world, we need to go home and have a safe space to land. A husband or partner who holds space for us, who listens to us, supports us, and loves this life as a partner. And a fun, loving partner that lights up, that we light up when we see him. Every single one of us really deserve this cherishing relationship. There was actually a Harvard study, the Valiant study, that tracked correlations between the measure of happiness and a couple other things. They found that what mattered the most was not career, not the amount of money people had, or even their health status. What had the highest correlation between happiness and other parts of your life is how well they loved and how much they were loved, the quality of their relationships. They concluded in this study that there's actually 2 pillars of happiness. One is love, and the other is finding a way to not push love away. There was a slight correlation between well-being and income. That's 0.21. Social support is 0.35. The more social support you have, the happier you are. Because loneliness, as we know, erodes our mental health. Lonely is an ache for social connection. It's a red flag cueing us on how that we need to reach out and that we need to get connection. But positivity in an intimate relationship is 0.79 to overall happiness and well-being. And you already intuitively know that deep inside, when there's a relationship struggle, conflict, a sense of disconnection, it really casts a shadow on everything that we do, our work, how we show up with our kids, how we sleep at night, how anxious or sad we are. Now we have proof, right? Numbers and data to back this up, showing us that the work of creating health, awareness, integrity in our intimate relationships is pretty much the most worthy endeavor in our life. Working on how to create this greatest love story of how to generate a positive and healthy intimate relationship is far more important than any other area of our life because it's the biggest predictor of our overall well-being. And doing this work that we're about to start today will pay off huge dividends in every area of your life. So in our time together today, I want to help you see the light, to see the possibilities of creating the peace, safety, and love in your relationships, to create that soft space to land for you in your home with your partner and with your family. And here's the thing, I truly do believe that's easier and faster when your partner's going to come along on the journey with you. But I also know that's not always an option. It wasn't an option for me in my marriage. After a couple of times of going to therapy, my husband became pretty resistant. I became pretty resistant, and he didn't want to go through it anymore. We kind of got to this place where we thought we loved each other, so we would just make it work, or we wouldn't, and the cards would fall where they would. So this was tough. And if you're like me, maybe you can relate. I don't like to settle. I don't like okay. I can be a bit of an overachiever, and I definitely wasn't going to settle in my marriage, in my intimate relationship. So I had to ask myself a really hard question. I'll ask you this as well. What am I willing to do to get what I want out of my relationship? What am I willing to do to get what I want out of my relationship? You guys can type it in the chat if you want. Let me know. What am I willing to do to get what I want out of my relationship? So I had a choice. I could just give up, go about my way, stay unhappy until my husband was ready to change. We do that, right? Or I could do my work, do what it takes on my side to create my own happiness, to make the intimate relationship work. This is why I created the Love Trifecta, to give women the power to create their own destiny and to create change and transformation in their marriage when it's the last chance, to help you understand that you don't have to stay stuck. And there are ways to unravel the stuckness and create true, great love, even when your partner maybe isn't quite on board. And that's what we're going to dive in today. So I'm asking you now to stand in this vision with me, a vision for everyone to create a legacy of healing and love within their families so that we can then spread the healing and love across the world. It's a collective healing, collective love that we can start right in our homes. So if you're ready, I want to set an intention for our time together, an intention for the rest of your life, really, for your relationship, what you're willing and ready to do. Here's the intention. I'm learning, healing, and growing, and I will create the greatest love story of my life in every way I know. I'm learning, healing, and growing, and I will create the greatest love story of my life in every way I know. How does that feel? I want you to say it. Feel it with some conviction. Say it out loud, write it down, read it, because this is the intention of today. But I've been doing this long enough that I bet I know what's coming up for you right now. Maybe you want to believe this, but there's something inside of you saying, but he needs to change first. But I don't have the time. But it's too hard. But I don't know how. But it's not possible for me. But nothing else has worked. But I don't deserve amazing love. But I don't even know what this really looks like. Somebody once said to me, anything before but is BS. And it's true. And I get it. These are all limiting and sabotaging beliefs popping up for you. And there are the exact beliefs that are going to keep you right where you are. They keep life small and keep you in pain. You know, just last month, I found myself physically shaking with fear and anxiety. It's been a really long time since I've experienced this type of fear, so I wasn't quite sure what it was. I had signed up for and had been training for over 6 months for a race that was one of the most physically, mentally difficult things I've ever done. It was the morning of the race, and I was staying in the cabin with seven other women who were racing with me. And I walked downstairs, and one of my team members saw me, and she saw me shaking. She's a coach too. So she got it. She saw it. And she looked at me and she wanted to help. She asked me a question, what like coaches do, right? To get to the bottom of my anxiety and fear, to move me away from the pain. And I looked at her and I said, thank you. I get where you're coming from, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I need to hold on to this anxiety for a little bit. I need to hold on to the fear. I need to feel into it. I wasn't ready to let it go. I wasn't ready to heal. I wasn't ready to feel better in that moment. So I walked outside and I sat alone by myself and all my worries, my anxieties and fears, my self-doubts. What if I can't do this? What if I'm the worst one? What if my 6 months of training didn't work? What if I disappoint everyone? And you know what? That was okay. It was okay for me to sit with this feeling for a minute, to be frozen in fear, to not want to move forward because of what could be on the other side of it. And some of you might be sitting in this right now, sitting in this pain, frozen, spinning your wheels, not sure how to get out of it. And maybe you've been sitting in it for so long that it just feels like normal now. That a struggling, challenged relationship just feels normal. Sucks. Sometimes we're too scared to do anything differently because it might not work. And then what happens? Or because it might be too hard, or because you're scared of what's really on the other side of that change. Maybe there's something holding you in that pain. Maybe you believe you don't deserve to be happy. Maybe you don't think it's possible. Maybe if you release the anxiety, the fear, the anger, maybe something bad will happen. If you let go or let go of control, then maybe you'll get hurt again. I want you to feel in this and be honest with yourself. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay to sit within a moment, to acknowledge it. And we can't make change from this place. This baggage of fear, this baggage of not knowing, this baggage of not doing, this baggage of not of being overwhelmed, of anxiety is going to keep us stuck. And it pulls us further down. It makes everything impossible. It makes everything impossible. In that moment, when I was sitting outside before the race, I made a choice. I got up from that chair. I walked back in the house. I looked at my teammate and I said, we got this. Let's go conquer this race. I was able to step out of the fear and into the excitement of possibility, because anxiety and excitement feel very similar in your body. So I let that anxiety change into possibility. The excitement of what's possible, of how my life will change. And you know what? I didn't fail. I finished. I conquered that race. When I got done, I hugged my best friend who was with me, and both of our eyes teared up because, well, to be honest, I was in a little bit of pain. And because we were so proud of what we had done, what we accomplished, and the fact that we didn't let the fear, the sabotaging beliefs, the self-doubt limit what was possible for us. This is what I want to stand with you in today. Because, you know, when I told my husband the story, he said, man, I wish I could have been there with you to hug you, to support you. And this is what I mean by having a soft place to land, to be supported and cherished by your partner. And everyone deserves that. You deserve that. So that's what I'm asking from you today, to give yourself permission to dream about the possibilities of. Is it possible to give yourself permission to dream about the possibilities and to let yourself move from the pain and into the dream and vision of what you want for your relationship, for yourself, for your own happiness, for your family, for your children, because you are a hero and you deserve this. And I want you to step into that, because I'm going to bet you're used to being the hero. You have been the hero to so many people in your life. You nurture your kids, take care of their needs. I would bet that you probably took it upon yourself to always do everything right, to make your family happy, to make other people happy. You carry the emotional weight for other people. It's probably been your responsibility at some level to make sure everyone else around you was happy. And I understand that. And I also want to send my love to you, because I know how hard that can be, how draining this often is, to feel needed by everyone else, to give, and never get your needs met by anyone else. To not have that soft space to land. And I want to help you change that today. Again, I'm asking you to step into your power, become the hero to you, to yourself. You're important. This is for you. And fortunately, the work that you do here and further on will also be best for your partner, for your kids, for everyone around you, for your community. How does it feel to do something for you, to make yourself happier, to heal yourself, to put yourself first? Even if it's just during our time together right now. So, are you willing to step out of the fear and into possibility? Are you ready to get unstuck and move into your hero powers for you? Perfect. So I want you to state the intention again. And this time, feel it with every bone and every cell in your body. I'm learning and growing, and I will create the greatest love of my life in every way I know. I am learning and growing, and I will create the greatest love of my life in every way I know. There we are. So let's dive in. So are you ready? You're ready now for change and transformation. And we're revving up to creating that greatest love of your life. We're going to dive into step one. Have you ever felt in your relationship that you were walking through a minefield, wondering when the next blow up is going to happen? You know, that moment when you ask your partner a simple question like, hey, did you take out the trash? And they're all like, what do you mean, did I take out the trash? Of course I took out the trash. And they go all defensive or passive aggressive or like, what do you think? I sit on my butt all day and I didn't take out the trash, right? And you think, what just happened? I just asked a question. And you're kind of like, you're just dumbfounded. And then you're like, so ignorant. And you just get angry or you shut down and walk away because you're so frustrated. You're feeling slighted, trying to make sense. You're feeling hurt, unsupported. You just asked a question, unloved, maybe angry. This happens so many times in our relationship, these little or small bombs in your relationship. And when this keeps happening, often what happens is we get up, we shut up, we shut down from any conversation or chance of connection. We say, I'm just going to do me. I'm just going to make myself happy. Leave him be. And then you wonder why the disconnection gets bigger and bigger. But you get to avoid the arguments. It has this appearance of creating more peace, but it's not. It actually keeps you in a holding pattern of disconnection and hurt. And this is what I call a pattern bomb. It's a series of moves that you and your partner make that always end in destruction, that ends with hurt feelings, disconnection. And after time, these pattern bombs add up and create miles and miles of resentment and insecurity in the relationship. It's not your fault. It's the pattern's fault. It's a subconscious behavior that just keeps repeating and repeating until you break the pattern. You continue to get the same results. And if you've ever heard yourself saying, why does this keep happening? Why can't we seem to get on the same page? Maybe something like this sounds familiar. One of my clients was telling me, as soon as my husband walks into a room, I immediately feel his anxiety or his moodiness. And I wonder, what did I do wrong? What is he thinking? Why is he upset with me? So I say something to try to break the tension, make him feel better, right? Because we're fixers. That's what we do. And he doesn't like it. So he starts treating me like I did something wrong. He gets hostile. And then I back up because I feel like I'm causing him pain and hurting him somehow. Like I'm this bad person and I can't figure out what I'm doing. So I just get angry and I shut down. Then we don't talk for days. The last time it was weeks. Does this sound familiar? Sound like anything you've been through in your relationship? Yeah. A lot of people can relate, right? So I'm going to dissect this a little bit here so you can see some of these pattern bombs I'm talking about and how incredibly powerful this reveal phase is. First, she was feeling really insecure, right? Did you notice she was taking everything on herself? That's what we do. We shame ourselves. It must be my fault. It must be my fault. And this comes from family of origin. We can go into that, but that's a lot. Because she was feeling insecure. And her boundaries were too open. She was taking on all of his emotions and also trying to fix them. This is kind of boundarylessness. They're too open. She was taking his feelings because he's anxious. It must be about her. And not only did this cause her own anxiousness and self-doubt, It actually closed her off to seeing her partner's anxiety and stress. So what happened, he wasn't able to share because she took it on so much as her own. He wasn't actually able to share what was going on because she wasn't opening a space for that. This moved them away from an opportunity for connection. And when I really dug in with her partner, I learned that in that moment, he actually needed comfort from her. That's what he really wanted. But he was feeling too vulnerable and he didn't have the words to ask for what he needed. So he got stuck in his head, causing even more distance. Maybe you felt this. Have you ever really needed or wanted comfort or security, that soft space to land, but you couldn't quite get it? You couldn't find the words to ask, or you asked and it fell short. And maybe you can remember as a child that you asked and you weren't given to it and that hurt. Or maybe worse, you were yelled at for asking for that comfort or security. So now it's scary to be vulnerable, to ask for what you need. Her whole demeanor changed though when she learned this about her husband, when she learned that what he really did want was connection. So she was easily able to let go of all the resentments she was holding because she understood where her pattern bomb was coming up, where her responsibility was, and where his behavior was coming from. And she was able to see some hope for how it could be fixed. So we worked with her having healthier boundaries, not taking on everyone else's emotions, not trying to fix everyone else, and accepting her own emotions, which allowed him space to open up and to tell her more and to share more and to be more vulnerable. And we actually did some beautiful inner child healing with him that really allowed him to let down his guards and open up vulnerability and connection with her, a vulnerability that he never thought possible. This is the beautiful work. This is how revealing that deep pattern can completely transform your relationship. This is a common story of both of these beautiful people yearning for love and connection for themselves, for each other, for their kids, but they kept getting stuck in this tangle, in this minefield of pattern bombs. And unfortunately, when this happens in our relationship, it happens in our family as well. So every interaction in this space between an intimate partner and yourself, every interaction that happens in that space is a dance of my stuff and your stuff, and then our stuff together. What does this look like? What do I mean by my stuff? This is my history, my culture, my belief system, my experiences, my personality traits, my strengths, my patterns, my tendency, my wounds, my traumas, my family of origin patterns. All my stuff, all these patterns and habits that I have. And then all my partner has all of these things going on too. And then we have to dance with these two things together. But often they're so different. Like mindset patterns, that's stuff. So you might have even noticed already, you've shifted some of your beliefs and thoughts since we've been here for a couple minutes together. Maybe you feel some hope. You don't have to wait for your husband to change. Now, since neuropsychology is my jam, let's look at some other mindsets and beliefs that keep us stuck too. Some of these mindset patterns that show up all the time in our stuff, right? Well, if my husband really loved me, he wouldn't treat me this way. The real truth is he loves you so much and is trying to protect himself from getting hurt that he's lashing out. Doesn't make it right? No. But there's a way to fix it if you understand the truth. Maybe you say we've lost our connection, so it must mean I'm not good enough, or our marriage is over. You catastrophize everything. The real truth, there's built up resentment or hostility that needs to be fixed in the relationship that you can reconnect. The real truth is every relationship goes through harmony, disharmony, and repair. And you have to become an expert at those 3 stages. And if you can get through that disharmony and repair with grace and with skills, you get to grow and evolve together. And isn't that what we all want in a relationship? To grow and evolve together? We haven't had sex in a year. It must mean he thinks I'm fat and ugly and disgusting. The real truth here, there's either a loss of connection, or he's too anxious or feeling insecure about something, or there's too much resentment or hostility to even connect. Or he's been turned down so many times in the past, they just won't ask anymore. He doesn't listen, so he has no respect for me, and therefore he's a narcissist. The likely truth is he doesn't feel heard either. And once he feels heard, he is going to listen. These are all broken patterns, way of being or behaving or feelings that have been habituated over your lifetime. And excuse me, and within your relationship. Communication patterns. You've seen that, right? These broken patterns don't just show up in communication. When communication is a struggle in your marriage, it's generally a symptom, not the actual problem. Some other stuff that we have is the way that we show up in boundaries. What did we learn? Do we tend to put the blame on our partner or just say everything and share every single feeling that comes up for you? Do you try to fix everyone else's problems, get overwhelmed taking care of everyone else, or take on everyone else's emotions? This might be a boundary pattern, that stuff we need to fix, or your partner needs to fix. Maybe you or your partner withdraw or shut down, or they're emotionally unavailable. Do you hold everything in that's hard to get close to you? Do big feelings make you uncomfortable? This is a walled off boundary pattern that needs to be fixed. Do you have a hard time asking for your needs to be met, or get resentful trying to meet everyone else's needs? This is a needs pattern. This is our stuff, all this stuff that we're carrying with us. And we have to figure out how to mingle it with our partner's stuff, right? Do you go straight inward and beat yourself up and feel tons of guilt and shame when something goes wrong or someone doesn't like you? This is a low self-esteem pattern. There's emotional patterns, like when a person has anxiety, anger, or is unable to express or deal with these emotions, or when we call it when you whoosh their emotions all over everyone else. You're feeling anger, so you're like, yeah, here's my anger. I'm going to put it all over you. I'm feeling anxiety, so let me walk around the room and spread this anxiety everywhere, right? Often this is tied closely to family of origin patterns too. If your parents yelled, you'll be a yeller, or you'll just shut down when someone else yells at you because you're triggered. If your mom had a lot of resentments towards others, or your dad, I bet you're holding a whole lot of resentments towards your partner right now. It's a way you get to continue your family's legacy, right? Unless we break it. And those two sets of stuff, your partner's stuff, are mixing and mingling from the very first swipe and all the muck and stuff. We push on each other, right? The more she pushes me, the more I withdraw. The more I yell, the more he shuts down, and the more angry I get. We call this the more dance. These are our stuffs going back and forth. We often struggle in our own relationship and we think, okay, I'm going to go to therapy and this lovely person's going to help me fix my partner and everything will be amazing. Right? Has anyone ever done that? I hear that all the time. My marriage would be amazing if it wasn't for my partner. Yes. So I heard a story of Michelle Obama went on her book tour for her book, Becoming. And she talked about when she and Barack went to therapy, and she went in with the same mindset. Oh, I'm so excited to sit with this therapist, and her and I are going to figure out how to make Barack a better man. Yes, can't wait. And she talked about the humility it took for her to start to own and take responsibility for her stuff, for this dance. We all have to do it. We have to do it in our own lives and in our marriages. So some of you might be thinking, maybe I married the wrong person. Is there someone else who can understand me better, see me more? Maybe this is just wrong. The truth is, you're not going to know until you do the work on your own stuff, on your own patterns, until you understand your partner's stuff and patterns, and you see how you can change the interaction of the two, because your patterns work together. And how are my patterns fitting in perfectly with your patterns? And we get to wound each other in the exact tender spots, right? What are we going to do with this? What we do now is we move into shame, right? I'm not good enough. I'm not lovable. I'm not worthy of love. All my shit is getting in the way of a good relationship. Or we move into blame. If he would just change. Oh, he's so defensive. He's so passive aggressive. He doesn't let me be who I want to be. Right? All of these things. Instead, we get to look at this pattern that you're both stuck in. The more, the dance. And when you can do that, you get to grow and heal and love together and create the greatest love story of your life. And this is what we all want, right? Grow old together. That's what everyone talks about when they get married. It's in everyone's vows. Was it in your vows, right? We're going to grow old together. I will love you forever. A partner to grow with, a partner that makes us better. Here's the cool thing. If you learn these skills, if you learn those patterns, that's exactly what you get. I guide my clients through creating their unique love pattern blueprint for themselves and for their partners. They get to reveal all the stuff, all the hidden pattern bombs in their own beliefs and their own boundaries and their own self-love and their own family of origin patterns. And in their relationship, they get to understand why these things happen in the first place. And they understand how both patterns, you and your partners, are interacting with one another. And when you see this, it's like the most incredible step in revealing that this love pattern blueprint becomes a powerful tool, a map, personalized to you and your partner, of connection, communication, and intimacy. So how amazing would that be to create a map that tells you exactly what to do and how to do it to create your greatest love story? Are you starting to have a little bit more hope now to fix your challenges, improve authentic love? Another question I also get, if you're wondering, should I stay or should I go? You can't know the answer for sure until you start to reveal the patterns and truly understand your own love pattern blueprint. And so you understand your own stuff. Otherwise, you'll be making a decision from anger and hurt instead of knowledge and heart. And we all know how well emotional decisions go, right? I'm so angry. Let me drive into the back of this car because I'm so angry. Usually they're not the best. I tell my clients to step in to your relationship. Fully commit. Do the work, 4 to 6 months, then make a decision. And when you get through your stuff, when you understand that blueprint and you're taking the right steps, you get to make a decision with confidence and with peace, knowing that it's the very best decision for everyone. So just imagine how beautiful your relationship could be when you're open to emotions, receiving and giving, when you're protected, secure, and safe in your relationship, when you feel valuable and loved. When you can have a conversation and feel heard, supported, and seen, truly seen for who you are. And tough conversations are now easy. When you get to use your voice to get your needs met. And guess what? Your partner actually meets them because you got rid of the stuff. This is what's possible for you when you reveal all those patterns and you change the destructive patterns, the pattern bombs in your life and your relationship. And here's the thing. Once we see the patterns, once we reveal the stuff, how do we change it? That brings us to the second step. We change it by healing. This might sound familiar too. One of my clients came to me because she had a up and down, a roller coaster relationship. Sometimes things were good, but then every couple of weeks there would be a huge bomb and they wouldn't talk for days or weeks. It took them sometimes months to move forward. 20 years of this, 20 years of this roller coaster and never going forward, just kind of staying where they were. It was, again, like walking through a minefield, wondering if your next step was going to be fine or if it was going to blow up. And you can imagine when this happens so many times in a relationship, any relationship, resentment, anger, hate towards one another start to flourish and connection starts to melt away. She was feeling really lonely, feeling unheard, scared that whatever she said was going to be wrong. She felt like her marriage was like a ticking time bomb, ready to go off at any time. So here's what we did. We figured out the love pattern blueprint. We started to reveal the true causes under this, like every couple of month arguments, right? Under the disconnection. Sometimes it helps by looking at your communication patterns, because it's like if your knee hurts, let's look at your knee and then let's figure out what's really going on underneath there. So communication is a great place to start. So she would ask a question, timidly wondering if he was going to get mad. When you ask a question like this, honey, so I don't want you to get mad, but right, what happens? He automatically gets defensive. She would feel unheard and she would try to explain what she said. He would get more angry that she was trying to be right. She would shut down and be like, screw this. He would be like, no, let's finish this conversation. And things would get louder and louder. And she would walk away and go to her room. She would stay angry and upset, and they wouldn't be able to repair for months. She would keep the record on in her head. He's such a jerk. He can't treat me like that. She would continue to shut him out in order to protect herself, no matter what he did, no matter how he tried. She wanted that connection, though, with him so badly, but wasn't sure why it wasn't there. And this was the exact reason they couldn't connect. There wasn't any space for it. He was shut out. She was shut down. They were both trying to save their marriage by protecting themselves. Can't do that. You can't protect yourself and have a vulnerable relationship. You have to open yourself up to the possibility of intimacy. So they ended up shutting each other out, never allowing repair or reconnection. You know, my client couldn't let go of her anger and hurt in order to repair with her husband. And she had every right to hold on to this anger and hurt. But what was she getting out of it? Was it moving her closer to connection and intimacy that she wanted? Wouldn't it be great, though, if you could just change your emotions? If you could just let go of years of hurt, anger, and resentment just by like snapping your fingers? If you could just change years of a pattern, maybe even patterns that are passed down generations and generations in the blink of an eye. And really, next time you go to brush your teeth, try to switch hands and brush it with your other hand. It's tough. It's tough to do that work, right? The problem was for my client that she felt if she forgave him or repaired with him, she would just be opening the door for more hurt. Here's the sticky wicket, though. By closing him down and shutting him out, it was causing more disconnection and resentments, which leads to more hurts. She was getting exactly what she didn't want. Sometimes the very actions we are taking to protect ourselves are the actual things hurting us. These are trauma responses. So in order to actually let him back in, she needed to heal. She needed to heal her inner child that was scared and trying to protect herself. She needed to know that she had the strength and power to keep herself safe and be vulnerable at the same time. She needed to stay withdrawn because if she got too close or let go of the anger, someone might hurt her again or leave her again. But once we did the work, once she healed this, she was able to repair with him quickly, and they were able to move back into reconnection faster and faster each time. Now it just takes minutes rather than weeks and months it took before, which allows them more time to create the intimacy and connection. I want to share a picture with you. You guys have probably seen this before. This is Alexander Mila. And I think this captures what we're talking about so clearly. You can see the adults, the couple are turned away. They're battling each other, right? They're fighting or they're disconnected. And the child inside is right there, ready to connect, but they don't know how. This is what's going on in all of our relationships. We want that connection so badly, and we just don't know how to get there. And that can be incredibly painful. Every time we're wounded, whether it's through big, huge traumas like abuse or other wounds like bullying or not feeling loved or taken care of, it shatters a part of us. And we do everything we can to try to put those pieces back together, to try to make ourselves whole again, to try to protect ourselves. We stay in constant alert, trying to stay ahead of anything that might hurt us, trying to stay in control. And in turn, what we're doing is we're disconnecting. We're causing ourselves more hurt. We blame others to protect us. We push our loved ones away. We become dependent on others' love in order to make us feel whole. We stay in anger and resentment. Sometimes we pour into our kids or our work, or we turn to addictions. And this is compounded if we're not getting the fulfillment from our partners. We have to heal these wounds to truly feel whole again. And unless we're whole inside, we cannot feel whole with our partner. And over the 20 years that I've been doing this work, I've learned healing processes that you need for each of the pattern types because it's different. You can't heal broken boundaries with the same tools as you can heal communication challenges. We have lots of different tools available. I can show you exactly which one to use when. But I need to get real with you. If you have kids, you also need to understand trauma and wounds do get passed on. If you don't heal yourself, your children get to carry those wounds around with them too. If you carry around hurt, anger, anxiety, and sadness, these energies are going to seep into everyone around you, even if you believe you're hiding it. This is so important to our vision of the next generation of love, by healing ourselves, by doing the hard work to get to the other side of beauty. Because it's not your fault, but it's your responsibility. I use a lot of powerful healing tools in my work with clients that can often offer healing in just hours instead of months or years of therapy. So I want you to take a moment to imagine our relationships without the anger, without the hurt, without the resentments and the wounding. If we could just release it and come back whole within ourselves. Not needing or expecting someone else to fulfill us, but being fulfilled, feeling at peace. Imagine your relationship if that was you. Really experience that for a moment. There's a beautiful quote by Terry Real. It says, family pathology rolls from generation to generation like a fire in the woods, taking down everything in its path until one person in one generation has the courage to turn and face the flames. That person brings peace to his ancestors and spares the children that follow. Because these wounds can be sneaky. You may not even realize that the past is what's causing your current problems, but here's what we see in relationships that are symptoms of unhealed wounds that need to be right. Anger, controlling your partner, unbridled self-expression, that you always, you never, that brutal honesty, right? Retaliation, withdrawal, harshness, overreaction, inflexibility, addictions. If you see any of these in your relationship, it's a sign that there's some trauma or some healing that needs to be done within your stuff. And I can tell you until my face is blue to just stop doing these things, right? Or tell your partner to just stop because they can't. It's too scary. These are ways to protect us from getting hurt, ways that we learned when we were kids. And until we start our healing journey, we'll continue to sit in that fear. You have to become your own hero to take the time to heal. Because imagine what it's like on the other side, to lean into these possibilities. Listen, feeling healthy and at peace, feeling loved and supported, feeling yourself fully, feeling relaxed in your body. a full ability to give and receive love without fear. The possibilities become endless to true, authentic connection and love. This is how you fully step into that intention that we set. I'm learning, growing, and healing, and I will create the greatest love of my life in every way I know. It's by healing. Maybe you've also heard the saying, hurt people hurt people. The opposite is also true. Heal people heal people. As you're healing, your partner gets to heal with you. You get to allow that space. You get safety and peace, and you get to evolve and grow together. This is really the step that gets me most excited. I talk to my clients about this, the magic of this. Because at this step, you've revealed exactly what is at the root of your relationship challenges. You've changed the patterns, you've healed your past, and now you've done exactly what you need to fix your relationship, to live into your best life and love. You understand how you do this? By revealing and healing. You get to change everything in your relationship and create a blueprint and a map that tells you exactly how to get there. This is where it gets really, really exciting. You get to move into what you truly desire. You get to move into stage 3, passionate transformation. After you've revealed the broken patterns and healed them, you will be in a place in your relationship where your communication is easier, where you're feeling supported and loved, arguments are less. You may notice your kids are smiling more, your house is more at peace, you're more secure and a lot less overwhelmed. You have a partner. You have done the work to get what you truly want out of your relationship. But who wants to stop there? I don't. The next stage is about deepening the connection with yourself, cultivating deeper, authentic, intimate connections, creating pleasure, and elevating your life and relationship in all areas. Be honest, when's the last time you experienced pleasure? Like, light me up, fill my body with excitement. Excitement. What would it be like to live a life and have a love full of pleasure every day? Something that brought a smile, excitement, mission, vision, purpose to you every day. This is something new that I've done. I've taken the most powerful tools from all across the world to create this stage to truly help you move into that intention of the greatest love of your life. And to have a love that is full of passion, excitement, laughter, to become the powerful hero of your own life, to create more love and fulfillment than you ever thought possible. Most people want to start here, but that would kind of be like trying to plant these beautiful flowers in a bed of weeds. The weeds are just going to take them over. That's why you have to reveal and heal first. Then you have this beautiful garden that you can plant all these amazing flowers in, and you don't have to worry about the weeds anymore. In this step, you have to learn how to lean into your own unique energy and passion. So you have to understand that you are important and deserving. You have to learn how to create daily intimacy habits, how to add more mind-blowing pleasure to your life and your relationships, how to move through the ups and downs with ease and grace and compassion. Sounds pretty awesome, right? And I know for some of you, you can't even fathom the possibility because right now you're stuck in just fix the communication, just fix my partner, just fix me, right? So you can't even imagine what's available on the other side of that for you. And the first 2 steps are going to do that. So imagine that you've already gone through the first 2 steps of the reveal and heal, and now your relationship is in a good place. And you actually can like take a breath and look at your partner with some love and adoration again, falling back in love. And he's looking at you with that sparkle again. As you know, he's washing all the dishes and you're closed for the day, right? And now you fixed your other problems. You're not going to be okay with okay. You're going to want more. You're going to want to please each other more, to build something amazing, mind-blowing together. You're going to want more passion. This is where you start to lean into your attention. How would you act? Who would you be if you were living every single moment with the intention of creating your greatest love? How would you act? Who would you be if you were living every single moment with the intention of creating your greatest love? Would you hate yourself and throw self-doubt all over the place? No, you would love yourself. Would you work all the time and pour yourself into your kids and other tasks because you don't know how to be with your partner anymore? No, you would find ways to bring fun, light, passion, and conversation into your partnership every day. Would you stop caring about your growth? No, You would invest in seminars and courses and coaches and retreats and therapy that would keep you growing and loving and healing and becoming more of who you truly are. I want you to ask yourself, how would you show up differently in all areas of your life? How would you show up powerfully in your life every day if you were truly living in the intention of creating the greatest love of your life? You may need to think about this. But if this excites you, if the possibilities of what could be in your relationship and your life light you up, if you know that you need to fix the problems in your marriage now and you need to heal now for you, for your kids, for your partner, for your family, and you know you desire deeply to create a life full of passionate transformation, pleasure, and purpose, and you're ready to step into this vision, I'm so glad you've been here, because today I've taken you through a journey. We had some mindset shifts. I asked you some eye-opening questions. And asking yourself these questions are going to start to change things for you. You're going to leave here and be like, oh, this is what Val meant. Oh, there's that pattern. Oh, there's that pattern bomb. You know, I'm doing this because my mom did that, and I really need to heal that. You know, you're going to leave here and you're going to be like, oh, man, she was right. It's exactly what just happened. You're going to leave here and find yourself having some of these beliefs of, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to remember. If I really wanted to create the greatest love of my life, I wouldn't think that. I would change that thought right away. You've opened up new ways of being in your life and your relationship. You've discovered the trifecta of incredible relationships. Reveal. Discover the broken and sabotaging patterns in your relationship so that you can fix your communication. You can have more understanding, compassion, and support in your relationship. So you can build that love pattern blueprint that is going to be your map to healing your relationship, your unique individualized map. You've discovered the second step of healing, releasing the past hurts and wounds, and open yourself up to love, light, and peace. Open yourself and your relationship to receiving love. Get rid of all the stuff. And passionate transformation to bring your life and relationship into full abundance, pleasure, purpose, and your most incredible love story. So I'm so happy that you joined me for this, and I can't thank you enough for being part of my world. This is so important to understand, that your time here, the time you spent today in this community with me, for yourself, and moving forward to create your greatest love, is not wasted. Remember, it's a major part of the quality of your life. This is serious work. This is important work that warrants your care and your intention. For all of us to be healthy and whole, we can do so much good in this world. And one of my favorite type of people have so much love to give and optimism. People that make healing possible. And that's just a gift to us, to humanity as a whole. And I'm humbled by the women who are my clients, who are sitting here doing this work, who want to continue to do this work, and who are ready to step into this gift and into this love and pleasure and passion. And for those who have so much love to give, and those who are willing to love and heal and give that love to themselves, knowing that they're important enough for this transformation. So I'm happy you joined me for this. And I can't thank you enough for being part of my world and for carrying on the vision of love, healing, and transformation together. If you love this and you want to join in the mission to healing relationships, please share your experience. Ask others to join in this vision together. If you desire more, if you want an expert to walk you through these steps to get you exponential results, then I'm going to move on to talk about the opportunity to work together, because I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity, this important, life-changing work. If you already feel complete, you're confident that you can start doing these things on your own, making these changes in your relationship, I want to thank you for being here from the depths of my heart and being part of this healing journey together. And you can feel free to leave or stay, and we'll see each other again soon. But for those who are ready for exponential growth, results in your relationship, who are ready to do what it takes to get what you truly want from your relationship. F, you want to have easy conversations where you feel heard, understood, and loved. You want to have a safe spot to land in your relationship. A partner who can support you and partner with you and truly cherish you. You want to set the example to the world and lead the next generation in a revolution of healing and love. If you're tired of feeling lonely and overwhelmed and you want healing, you want that you need, you desire that deep inner peace. If you want to stop wasting your time stuck in the stuff and the muck, you need to learn these skills. This is the most incredible endeavor of your life. It's worth your time, your family, your happiness. If you have a deep desire to create flourishing, abundant love and pleasure in all areas of your life, and you're truly wanting to build a relationship that lifts you up and is full of authentic, intimate connection, then this might be for you. If you just want to stay in an okay relationship, this might not be the right program for you. My program is perfect though if you're sitting there saying, man, I want to improve my communication and I want my husband to truly hear me and I want my partner to stop getting defensive and open up. And I want to feel so good in my marriage that the weight of everything else seems easy. And I want so much happiness and joy and inner peace that others are asking me what I've been doing different. And I want to feel pleasure again and feel sexy and beautiful again. And I want to give my kids the gift of a healthy and peaceful home. And I want a relationship so incredible that my whole life is elevated and expanded in ways I never thought possible. If that's you, the Reveal, Heal, Transform program is a powerful, intensive program that is going to give you all of the tools, coaching, support, and accountability that you need to truly create the greatest love story of your life. It's an upgrade to a program that I've been running for almost a decade, and I continue to upgrade it and make it better every year. I'm going to be adding the love pattern blueprint, which is going to be amazing. And since I've been running it, I'm so proud of how the women and couples in the program have transformed quicker than they ever thought possible. You can see in the group, in the case studies, testimonials, women and couples who are about to sign divorce papers and who have now fallen back in love. Women who have rediscovered themselves and have more inner peace. Women who have released decades of anxiety in just 1 hour. Couples who have worked with a therapist for a decade with no results and reignited their marriage in just a couple of sessions with me. It goes way past better communication, way above improved connection. It's about a revolution, growth and evolution and intimacy in an unprecedented rate. Because I'm kind of like an alchemist. I've taken 20 years of knowledge, $1 million of information, 20 years of experience, and I found the most powerful tools across the world in neuroscience, changing your brain at the root level, relationship science skills and tools to make sure you're using the right skills and tools that will give you the right results, energetics to enable the change the energy in your body, to remove broken and distorted energy from your body and replace it with new, powerful, beautiful energy, and how to protect yourself from others' bad energy and to release that, to polarities and understanding the feminine, the masculine, to understanding our wounds, to healing the inner child, creating the mind-body connection so you can believe and trust in yourself, again, your own decision, to understanding patterns. It's such a powerful mix that it's like, it blows my mind still every day with the results my clients see and the quick results of my clients. Because I'm the kind of person who wants things done like yesterday, right? So I've been told by my business coaches, by other people, you know, Val, you should make this a year program. You should make this 2-year program. Why do you only work with your clients for, 12 weeks or 6 months? Because that's all we need. The bigger the container, the more you fill it up with. If I give you a year to fix your relationship, you're going to take a year. If I give you 6 months and I give you the right tools, you get to do it in 6 months, right? And I love quick healing. I love quick results, lifetime long results. A wise person once told me, if you feel overwhelmed, then you need to let go of control and ask for help. If you want to hold on to control, then you get to hold on to the overwhelm too. You can't have both control and freedom. I can help you with that. My programs give you the help you need to gain more freedom, a lot more pleasure. And another thing it will do is connect you with extraordinary people and an amazing coach who will provide the soft spot for you to land until your partner's ready to take over. Being part of this program is an incredible opportunity. I actually have a group option for women, and I have a VIP private option for couples as well. The Women's Reveal, Heal, Transformation Group Program, it's a 6-month program because, like I said, the longer you make the container, the more time you spend filling it. So we get results quick. You only need 6 months to get results. What I want is that you take action in this program in a way that changes you and your relationship in profound ways. Every other week, we have a live training where I'm going to show you how to reveal the broken patterns. I'm going to lead you through creating your personalized love pattern blueprint. This is the coolest thing I think I've ever created, and it's going to be life-changing. It's like creating your own personalized map, and we can pinpoint the exact patterns and what needs to be healed and transformed. So it's like you're looking at, oh, these are exact steps I need to take for my specific relationship, for me specifically, which you won't find anywhere else in the world. You won't find that in the book. You won't find that with most therapists. They'll give you, step-by-step for all relationships. You won't find that in a podcast. I show you how to get rid of these patterns, your specific problems, and create new healthy patterns. I walk you through healing each of the broken patterns and provide you with meditations, energy healings, hypnosis, guided imageries, inner child healing exercises built specifically for you that actually speed up the healing process because they work at a subconscious level. What I'm most excited about, another thing I'm excited about a lot with this program, every other week, we're going to have an implementation experience where you get to implement and practice what you learned. You get to ask questions, get personal coaching from me personally, and you have the support. So you're not sitting alone doing the hard work by yourself. I believe you can only know once you do. You don't know how to swim by reading a book about swimming. You have to actually get in the water and swim. That's why we do this implementation week. That's why we'll be doing it together. So you can actually do it and then bring it into your relationship. Within limits, obviously, right? In between sessions, you're also going to receive journal prompts to help you dig deeper into your patterns and into your healing, your wants, desires, and needs. It's 6 months of live trainings, coaching, implementation, the most powerful tools in the relationship healing world, with an option to re-enroll for another 6 months for your continued growth. It's an incredible program. I've never been prouder of anything. Is that a word? And what I love about it, it's going to create a lot of excitement, fun, and pleasure in your relationship and life. It's one of those programs that will be the turning point in your life. You will evolve and create the most passionate and pleasurable love and life, and it includes everything you need to take action. The possibilities are there for you. The solutions are there for you. The accountability is there for you. They're there for your relationship, for your family. The possibilities are endless, and it's a beautiful place to be. And if you also desire the experience of one-on-one private coaching, or you're ready for intensive couples coaching, I have a couple of spots open yearly for that experience. For most couples, the pain they're wanting to heal and the transformation they desire feels too urgent to work on for months or years. That's why, again, I offer an intensive. We heal the heart of the problem together quickly, so each partner can become the most authentic and elevated version of themselves. Essentially, what we do is 4 or 5 3-hour sessions over a 7 to 10 day period, and then follow-up sessions for a couple of weeks for a total of about 24 hours. If you think about traditional therapy, we pretty much waste the first 20 minutes on catching up from the last session. So we do these intensives because we get to shorten time. It's like actually getting 40 to 60 hours of regular therapy, or in traditional therapy, pretty much 40 to 60 weeks. So we get to condense time and results. These programs are going to grow. I'm going to be adding more to it. It's going to continue to evolve. And with that, so will the investment. So if you know you want to be part of one of these experiences, it's a great time that we can set up a call. During this call, you're going to tell me about your situation. We're going to talk about the best option for you. I'm also going to be really honest and let you know if my program, if my coaching can help or not. I'll be honest and upfront with you because it's no fun for me if you're not getting results that you desire, and it's no fun for you either. So I'm going to put a calendar link in to the Zoom that you can set up a call for me into the chat. You can choose a time. Some of the spots will be filling up. So if you don't see a spot right away, you can shoot me an email and I'll see what I have available. Look, this is a no pressure call because I don't like to be pressured. I'm not going to pressure you. If it's right, you are going to know it and we will know it together. You will feel it. If you need time to think about it, talk to your partner about it. That's okay. I'm not going to be one of those people who are like, no, you need to make a decision now. I want people who work with me to say, hell yeah, Val, it's a yes, let's do this. I do want you to know though, that I only have 5 spots for couples private intensives open each year. There are more spots in my group program. So in order to focus on the intensive experience that I offer these clients, I don't open up a lot of them because they're VIP, they're private, they're intensive. So I'm not telling to rush you. I just don't want you to get upset with me if we chat and I don't have any more intensives left or if there's a wait list. Because I also know that some of you are sitting there thinking, yes, Val, just tell me how to do this. Let's go. And you're ready to get started. You went into the group program or you went the intensive, you just know that you're ready to work together to create the greatest love story. If you already know you want to do this, if there's part of you that thinks, I want this vibe, this energy, this work together, and I think it's perfect for me and good for me, then send me a private message or send me an email and we'll get started today. I've got your back. We can do this. If you need time to think about it, and if it feels like you need to process, that's fine. Some of us need that time. I would love to have you, but if and when you're ready, because I want this to be a huge, Valerie, I am so in, I am so committed. Let's do this. Some of you are questioners. You've got questions, right? You like to dig into the details. And I've got your back on that too. So let's get on a call, send me a message. I'll answer any question, give you the details, no stress. If it feels good and you're ready to start, we can do that. It's up to you. If you're ready for this change, if you understand how important it is, how much of a difference it's going to make in your life, and you're ready to work with me, and the energy is good for you, let's do it. If not, no stress. I want to thank you so much for being here, for staying with me and being part of this mind-blowing experience together, this community of love and healing that we are building together, because it's so magical and I'm so excited to expand it. If I get to talk to you on a call or even work closely with you in the near future, I can't wait to meet you. If not, totally cool. Continue to come into the community, to be part of the movement. And when the time is ready, we'll know. Keep doing the work. And I want to reiterate how important our time was together for me as well. Because this time we've spent together and moving forward to create your greatest love, again, it's not wasted. It's a major part of the quality of your life. It's serious work. It's important work that is worth the endeavor. It warrants your care and your intention and your belief that you're important enough to do it. So whether you do it with me or not, okay, you're ready. I'm standing here with you. And I'd love to go on the journey with you, but it's got to be a heck yeah. It's got to be, I'm all in. So I want to thank you again. I'm sending you so much love and so much healing and so much courage to each of you. And thank you for being here.